The Cybertruck will change the future of the automotive industry forever. People think that EVs are not as good as gas vehicles. The reality of it is, most new EVs are in fact much better than their gas counterparts. First, people thought an electric car was impossible. Then Tesla made the Roadster and it had a range of over 200 miles, which was basically impossible at the time. It was a sports car, it was quick, it had great acceleration and great handling. It was a true electric sports car. That's what started the revolution of electrification throughout the entire automotive industry. Then people said you can't make a big electric car and make it work. Then Tesla made the Model S and the X, both now achieving a range of nearly 400 miles. The S is already surpassed that. Then people said you can't make an electric car cheap, so Tesla started making their Model 3, which was supposed to only be a 220 mile range electric vehicle and only cost about $35,000. Today that same Model 3 costs about $37,000 but has a range of about 263 miles and it has autopilot included, doesn't have cloth seats, has pretty much everything that you would get in the more premium interior except for a subwoofer. Now people are saying you can't make big vehicles electric. Big vehicles include like the semi-truck or a Cybertruck, both of which Tesla is entering the market for, and they're targeting a range figure of about 500 miles on either truck. The best part? The Cybertruck will start at $40,000, almost the same price as the best-selling pickup in North America, the Ford F-150. This is excluding any gas or diesel savings by going electric and the no maintenance aspect of EV ownership. So it just gets better from here. The Cybertruck will revolutionize the perception people have about EVs. This big, massive truck that can do everything that the F-150 and the F-250 can do, but can do so much cheaper. Now Tesla isn't the only company developing an electric pickup truck. There's also Rivian producing their R1T. I'm using the word producing loosely over here because they're not in mass production just yet. They're still making their low volume cars, but they are planning to deliver their R1T this year by summer. Then there's also a company called Lordstown Motors, and they're basically a subsidiary of GM. So Lordstown is planning on developing their electric pickup truck, and there's already even more electric pickup trucks coming into the market. Canoo is making one. There's a Hummer EV, that's a GM product, they're making one. Point is, electric pickup trucks are coming, and the Cybertruck is going to revolutionize the entire automotive industry. So why is it, you might be asking? Is it because it's electric? Well, yes, partly because it's electric, but what else is special about the Cybertruck? It looks weird. Why does it look so weird? Well, the Cybertruck is using a new technique of manufacturing. They're going to be using stainless steel, and basically the stainless steel that they are using is very, very strong, and you can't really stamp it that easily. So you just have to laser cut it and fold the steel. That's why you can see on the Cybertruck there are basically no curves other than like the plastic bumper area, but that's pretty much it. The rest of the Cybertruck is pretty flat paneled. That makes for much easier manufacturing. It doesn't have any paint, so less to go wrong. We all know about Tesla's paint quality. Overall, it's just going to be a pickup truck that you really would want, that is tough and you don't care about too much if it gets like a dent or anything, because first of all, if someone does try to make a dent in it, well, they have something really, really strong. A sledgehammer couldn't make a dent. So I wouldn't want to mess with the person who caused a dent in my Cybertruck. So what other aspects does this design help with? Well, say you're off-roading. The Cybertruck has pretty cool off-roading features, especially with 16 inches of ground clearance. You can go pretty much anywhere. And because it's a stainless steel body which won't rust, you can basically take it through anything, even the salty ocean. Oh, by the way, did I tell you that the Cybertruck actually floats, or will be able to float? So with the Cybertruck, you don't have to actually worry about any paint scratches or any branches that will hit your car, or just any rock hitting from the underside of the vehicle. 16 inches of ground clearance is quite a lot even for a big rock, and so you can climb through some extreme environments and easily conquer them. Now because it's also very strong, it's basically a tank on wheels if you want to put it that way. You don't have to worry about door dings at all. It's not going to scratch your paint, it's not going to dent your door. You'll be totally fine with this truck. You don't even have to worry about parking it if it's in a weird spot. People will try to park away from you because it just looks scary. Also, most accidents do occur in a parking lot, so relatively low speeds, and usually they're just like maybe a dent in the bumper, that's about it. So basically, if someone does manage to hit your Cybertruck, it'll cause more damage to their car than yours. You don't have to worry about anything, and you'll probably just brush it off like it's nothing, whereas their car will be destroyed. So what else is Cybertruck gonna do? Well, in the future, we're actually gonna see designs that resemble the Cybertruck. Just look at it, for example. If it doesn't dent, it's really strong. How many more people do you think will actually want the Cybertruck or a car that resembles the Cybertruck? Maybe like a Cyber Roadster type of thing, or like a Cyber Model 3, or like a Cyber Model X, or something like that. Or how about a Cyber SUV? I really like this, and this is not my rendering, I just found it on the internet. And this is why I'm really excited for the Rivian R1S. That's their SUV built on their truck platform, and it's really big. Now that SUV is going to compete against like the Escalades and like the Suburbans out there. And so building a Cyber SUV that is based on the Cybertruck platform is probably a very smart thing to do. It'll probably have 8 to 9 seats, and you can actually fit some stuff behind the third row of that vehicle. I'm pretty sure that's one of the major reasons why a lot of people get like the Escalades or the Suburbans out there. So basically you'll have a Cyber SUV that'll be just as strong and be able to do almost everything the Cybertruck can do, but in an SUV form. It'll be able to handle off-road situations with 16 inches of ground clearance. It has air suspension, so it'll be really comfortable for you. So how is the automotive market going to look in, say, 10 years from now, around 2030, 2031? Well, we can expect to see multiple variants of the Cybertruck design in other vehicles. Maybe Tesla vehicles, maybe some other company wants to make them, but just more designs like that just because it's really good. Now, maybe you might hate the design, but there's over 1 million pre-orders for the Cybertruck, so clearly there's a market for it. And if there's a market for it, other companies will be happy to fill it with their products because they know people will buy it. It's just the same thing that happened with the Tesla Roadster, the Model S, the Model X. It showed that there is a market for electric vehicles, for good electric vehicles. I look at all these companies that are making electric vehicles now. The Ford Mach-E is actually quite good. Look at the VW ID3, the ID4. They're probably going to come out with an ID6 soon. So many new car companies that are actually starting to make electric vehicles, even though it happened pretty much 10 years later. But at least they're on it now, and they're saying, oh, by 2030 we won't produce any gas vehicles at all. Tesla's mission has always been to accelerate the transition to sustainable energy. And this is going to be a big step in that direction. So that's been it. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.